Alright, this is the air efficiency video that I did to my regulator for my T9. For all you guys that know the T9, I'm just doing the regulator. This makes the gun a bit more air efficient. I'm going to go as quickly as I can and explain every step I did. Firstly, what you want to do is you want to take this is the regulator cap. You want to get nylon tape. I folded, this is a inch wide tape. I folded it 4 times, so fold it in half, then fold it in half, and I just put it around the threads. Try not to cover the hole here, and try not to cover the holes there. That's the first step. The second step is, it's very friggin' small, but that little piece right there. I made that out of a nail. The head of it is really large, that's what you need, and something long and wide, basically. You want the wide part to fit down inside of that, and the head to fit just snugly inside of right there. With this, I actually had to trim down the head so that it would fit in, and then I also had to trim down the threading and the spinal part so it fits in properly. Also, I had to cut a notch just on the inside of it that the O-ring would fit on. Tools I used to do this was my Dremel tools. The grinder, the cutter bit, and a grinding bit, just to get that into that. I know it's hard to see, but if you need any help or explanations, let me know. I'm going to be doing pictures as well to make it a little bit clearer. So once that was done, I used an O-ring, that little guy right there. That O-ring is the same O-ring that holds your trigger in place. That's a perfect size O-ring for what you're going to be doing. You don't want to use that O-ring because then if your trigger falls off, you're screwed, but you want to find an O-ring similar size. I use sleek, as you can see. People will use other stuff. It's completely up to you what you want to use. This will not affect how the part works. So what you want to do is you want to just get it all over. Whatever doesn't stay on will blow off. Same thing with the O-ring. You want to make sure that you lubricate both of them properly. Whether you use gun oil, paintball oil, sleek, whatever else is out there, whatever sauces you like to use, doesn't matter. Make sure it's on and it fits in. The pointed side down, just like that. Next, the spring. I did absolutely nothing with the spring. Depending on how much pressure this thing will exert onto the spring, you might want to cut it. I don't know. For now, I suggest leaving the spring alone. The housing unit. I'm not sure if you can see, but I actually cut little notches in it because what was happening was the head was hitting that and blocking and restricting the air. I use, once again, my Dremel cutter and just cut 4 notches in. So 2, 2, 2, 2. I have a bit more because I thought I needed it, but you don't need that many notches cut. Make sure you cut it like that. That way this does not restrict the air when it's being pushed out. Try not to go past the edging. I don't know what will happen, but just try not to go past the edging. Just deep enough so that when the head hits, air can still get in. Ball bearing, I did absolutely nothing to. It's the same one. And the O-ring, I did absolutely nothing to as well. It's the same one that came in the gun. The marker, sorry. In doing this, what will happen is when you gas up your gun, everything will work as normal. But when you pull the clip, the gun will not degas. So every time you have to go and reload, you will actually save all that air instead of wasting it, making the T9 actually a little bit more air efficient. I found it does work. I'm going to be putting up another video very shortly to show you that it does. I'm just showing you how you do it first. But like I said, you just want to get these parts exactly or as close to as I'm doing it now. I showed you what I've used. If you do need any help, like I said, email me, let me know, and I will be glad to help you out. I will be putting up pictures as well. I'm not going to go over this again. You can just use replay if you need to, but there you go. Alright guys, now that my regulator is back together, I'm just going to show you what you get out of doing all that. This is a fresh CO2 clip that I did put in, and that's a Tiberius T9 without the handle. I believe the regulator for the T9 and the T8 are the same, so you can do this with that mod. I'm not sure about any other Tiberius models, but I'll show you what you get after doing the modification I did. So I'm just going to air it up now. So I did air it up. Okay. What happens is once you pull the clip, the gun does not degas anymore. The air actually stays inside the gun, as you can see. This makes the gun a lot more air efficient. It doesn't affect how it shoots, and it doesn't affect how it airs up or anything. It just stops the gun from degassing after you pull a clip. It does make it more efficient, so you do not lose the air inside the gun once you push the clip in. Yeah, everything does leak. It doesn't matter how perfect your gun is, it will leak eventually. However, this will make the gun more air efficient. Once again, you'll see, I'm going to see if I can leave it in frame and air it up this time. So, sorry. As you see, it just aired up, and you heard that as well. It's clipped and it's ready to go. The air stayed in. I'm going to leave it like this for a couple seconds to show that it's not leaking. It is leaking a tiny bit, like I said it would. But, I mean, it's still going to hold a very good charge. I mean, depending on how long it takes you to reload your clips. If you have one clip, then you put paintballs in. If not, then the moment you slide out, you put one clip away, you take another one out, and you put it on. So we'll pull the trigger now, and still fires. This is not chronated at anything. I don't know what it is. I took the regulator apart, and I did back out the screw, so I don't know what it's chronated at right now. However, this does work, as you see. I'll take a couple shots with it as well and show you the other modification I did to the complete pistol. Alright, well, this is the last part of the video. I'm just going to show you. It's a fresh CO2 clip. This is the gun. One ball. There's nothing in it. Just one ball goes in. It's in. Pull it out. Ball fell out, but as you can see, the clip I did pull out, it still fires. Once again, one ball goes in. It's in. Clip is out. I'm going to try and aim properly. It still fires. With the second modification I did to the bolt itself. And the detents inside the Tiberius. Basically, the bolt and the detents hug the ball once it goes in. So it's in, it's loaded, it's ready to go. Just gonna pull the. Okay, clip is now out. Trying to keep everything in view, in focus, and it still fires. Like I said, I'm not sure what this is chromed in at, but as you see, the modification I've done, it does work. So once again, the clip is in. Not sure if you can see the ball inside the hole. Clip is out. Trying to keep everything in focus right now. And I still managed to get, one shot off. It still fires. This makes the gun a lot more air efficient. So that when you do pull the clip, you don't lose your shot. It actually loses a lot more than just a shot. That was one full shot it lost. I'm just going to take the barrel out a bit, and as you heard, it still has some air left in it after that shot. So in pulling the clip, you lose not only one full shot, you lose a bit of another shot. So in doing this modification, you save yourself a couple shots in the long run per clip.